Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. Today, it is back into Gary Grigsby's War in the East 2, and this is our Let's Play against the Soviet AI. And we start a new turn, and we start a new year. It is now January 3rd of 1943. We made it! We made it all the way to 1943, back to the future. Uh, Sorry, Sarge. Well, hello, Big Head Valley. Hello, Sarge. Hello, Salty. Hello, Battling Geezer. How are you guys? Sorry, I had this scheduled. I was using the scheduling feature on Streamlabs, which is what I use. And then, for some reason, it will not allow me to schedule on Twitch. So I had to take that down and pop up another one. So that's what happened, Sarge. It I don't know. I'll figure it out. The technical aspects are not always my strong points. I feel like I know Streamlabs pretty well at this point. I ought to. We've put up, hell, I don't even know, 600 or 700 videos at this point. But the scheduling feature, which I'd like to integrate in here, so you guys always know when I'm going to stream. I've still got a few kinks to work out there. So we've also got a few kinks to work out in the war itself. A few, he says. But anyway, that's what happened, Sarge. So apologies there. Um, Today we're going to start with the air planning. We may put a lot back in the reserves. We have a blizzard all over the map. It's a good turn to get all the air back, then come back out and reorganize it when the blizzard goes away. Now, we need everything we can get, every advantage we can. So I'm not sure I want to take everything off the map because we may need some ground support even in the middle of a damn blizzard. But we'll look at the weather map and then we'll decide what we want to do there. David Bartello is here. Hi, David. How's it going? Nord, glad you're here. And I lost 24 of you. Oh no, Well, we're back up to. I show 18, but that's not always accurate. So I'll just give it a minute or two. People love when I just sit and talk at the start, I'm sure. Hey, Stanley, what's up? Uh, yes, I did see your question, Stanley, on War in the Pacific. Uh, Let me address that in the War in the Pacific video. Some of the guys here don't care about that game at all, but I'll do that in my next video that I put up. I'm actually going to do it right after this. So let me talk about that. I'm gonna have to go back and refresh my memory what it is. Maybe I'm just punting, Stanley. Hey, Urs, what's going on? Ursbeck's here. David Bartello, Brannick, McCall. Okay, well now the general staff has filed in. Um, we stayed alive. We bought ourselves some time. We've got about 13 turns. The next check is turn 94. Now we can't keep going backwards. I understand that, and I, read through the comments. And last time people were saying, well, we just keep falling back. For one thing, that causes fatigue. For another, it hurts your combat prep points. For another, you're losing ground, and you start to get in bad situations. Instead of 10 hexes east, now it's just 10 hexes west, and you're in the same situation. So, um, Lorna Patterson, what are we talking about? Yeah, no, Stanley, I see them all usually. I sometimes I forget because I'm making a lot of videos. But oh, speaking of which, I'm through the Ardennes offensive rule book for the first time. I mean, I'm gonna have to go back and refer to it, but I'm just gonna do that as a let's play tutorial, and I probably will be putting the first one of those up tomorrow. So we'll play that game. I'm gonna play as the Germans just because I think it's more fun when you play the AI if you're on the offensive. It's more challenging and it's more fun. Obviously, the AI has an easier time when it's playing defense. I wanted to play the allies, but I just think it makes sense, and talking to other people that have played the game, that it makes more sense to play the Axis. So I'm going to do that. But we'll just do that and kind of take it slow and try to learn the game together since it'll be my first time through the game. Hi, Michael Olson. Well, hello. We've got a Dane here. Uh, Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, let's jump out on the map. Let's see what's going on. Let's look at our weather again. Now we looked at this the other day, but just to make sure. At now again, these dates, just kind of throw that out. This is the start of the turn. We've got snow on the ground, obviously. By the end of the turn, we've still got snow on the ground. But the important thing for what we're talking about with the air is what's happening in the air. Imagine that. Well, there's a blizzard. We've got the dreaded two high pressure fronts, one low pressure front blizzard. Uh, that doesn't look good, and it doesn't look good for having anything up in the air. And then you see this guy's flexing, doing his bicep curls out here on the map, and it covers everything. And I don't really think it makes much sense to have anything up in the air. I mean, it doesn't look like it there. It's just going to be operational losses. So let's get our air out on the map. Well, I guess I do. I've got it on the map, and I think most of this I'm going to put it back in the reserves for a turn. Um, there's a possibility the Soviets run some offensive air missions and hurt us a little bit, but a lot of this stuff's in fairly bad shape anyway. And I think I want to put most of it in the reserves, but I will keep some, just, this one group of fighters, let's say, let's keep them on the map. Now, where do we want to put them is the question. Maybe like right back here. We could put them in Dagapils as we, start moving units up here to protect Dagapils. I could put them around here, or, I mean, if I want to get crazy, I could put them in Riga, I guess. Or not Riga, Riga. Boy, that was a Freudian slip. Up in Pskov. But I think I want to put them like right here or here. Actually, let's just center them. Okay, so let's start moving these air units around. I'm going to put them there. Now it's going to be oversubscribed for a moment, but that's all right. I don't know why I say oversubscribed. I just mean that it's going to be overstacked when I say that. If that's confusing, so hell, it's kind of confusing me. And then we've got some TAC bombers that are here. We've got a lot of TAC bombers actually. Um, let's just keep the this group of TAC bombers on. I don't want to keep a lot, but this is actually quite a few. Immediate transfer. We'll just put them back on these bases. We can control the ground support. By the end of the turn, I may decide to actually take them off the map, but I'm not going to do it quite yet. We'll keep one or two of these, but now this KG-55 has 93 bombers. KG-51 has 90. Let's take KG-51 and let's put these guys back in the reserves. All right, so off that goes. KG-55 I'll leave here. The transport group we obviously want to keep on. Is this going to be overstacked now at lapel? Nope, 90%, that's fine. 68%, 77% there. Yeah, okay, so those are fine. I guess I'll keep this other fight. Now I'm talking myself out of it. I'm going to send some things out, but maybe not all of them, and maybe I'll do it at the end of the turn so we just don't sit here and stare at this. Now, some of this stuff probably needs to come off. KG3, yeah, let's send that back to the reserves. These guys were in pretty bad shape anyway. Let's get them out. KG-28. We don't have a whole lot there. We'll keep the TAC bombers here. How many do we have? 83. I want to scoot those back though. That's a little too close for comfort. Maybe I'll put them right there. All right. Immediate transfer. Okay. Fighters. KG-28. Let's send these guys to the reserve. There's not much left here. Okay, and when we bring them back out, we'll redo the commands and stuff. This is 6 fighters in ZG1. Let's send those to the reserve. Okay. So as you can see, this isn't going to take much time, and then we'll just run the error and get going here. 63 and KG4. I think I'll keep them around in Lvov. Then as we get down here, we have fighters, transport group, Italian fighter group. We've got 36 Italian fighters, not bad. 34 Hungarians that are ready to go. 4 Hungarian fighters. Hell, I don't know. Let's keep them out here. We've got our transport group Mite out here. I'm actually going to... which one do I want to move? think I'm going to put transport group south. This has got a decent amount of freight in it, this base. But where are these guys? Belgorod? They're not doing a whole hell of a lot of good there. Why don't we move them here to that base? Immediate transfer. Yep. Okay. Maybe we can fly some more freight out of Foxani. Romanians. All these guys are doing is taking up supply out here. Fighter group, third Romanian. I wanted to have some air power out here, but I'm not sure it makes any sense. I'm going to send these guys to the reserves. Everything that's taking up freight over here is bad for us right now, anyway. Send to the reserves, okay, and then we have the flotilla, and we'll send that to the reserves as well. Okay, now that's gone. Uh, these are fine. Although I hate for them to take up any freight, but we'll look at our freight situation. We can always take that stuff off the map later. Uh, Hey, what's up, Paul Sanders? How are you? John Saxon's here. Hey, what's up, John? Jeff Rubus, how are you? M60's here. Wow, good group. All right. You can tell it's a Saturday. Everybody's got some free time. Uh, okay, I think that's good for the air. If we look at our directives. We've got ground support on for Army Group North and Center with Luftwaffe 1, Army Group A and Army Group Don for Luftwaffe 4, Romanian Command, Army Group Antonescu. I guess I should put on KDO East. That's why those guys are in good shape, I guess. Let's put them on some ground support as well. I don't know why I didn't have that before. My bad. Ground support, we'll do Army Group South, I guess. Yeah, I mean, they could fly across and help these guys. It's probably in range for the bombers. I don't think the fighters would be in range. 6th Army for Army Group A, Army Group B, 1st Panzer, 4th Panzer, 17th Army, and 8th Italian Army. Okay, let's do it Army Group B. We'll just confirm that. And I'll do a second one, actually, and we'll do Army Group A as well. That way, I mean, they can pick and choose. Whoops, gosh darn it, did I not confirm that? See, that's just not paying enough attention. There we go. All right. Somebody, you can't hear that. I've got my headphones on, but somebody just went flying by my house in a car and scared the crap out of me. Anyway, okay. I think that's good. Done. We've done that. Get out of that. Let's run our air. Yes. All right. Now we can get on the ground, and I want to keep over here in the Crimea when we get down here. I'm going to keep trying to take things out of here. It's kind of got me scared that the second German unit I put up here has no food because I was counting on them holding one of the 2 land bridges into the Crimea. I'm not sure what we're going to do about that. We may have to bring something over to the Crimea and then take things out of the Crimea because they're just not getting freight over here. Now, someone had mentioned in the comments it could be because Odessa is an import port and it's a 4 over here. I'm not sure we need to keep Odessa as an import port because it's sucking off of what should be going to Sevastopol, but we'll get back to that. See, we've got it. Well, it was a 3. So really, this should have gotten it, but it didn't get much freight, as you can see. I don't know. Well, luckily, we're going to start in the north, so I don't have to think about that for a minute. And to the north we go. So last time we allowed and I've got ground support off now so that I don't accidentally get ground support into some kind of battle that I don't want it to be on. If we do want it for some reason, I'll come back and turn it back on, but I've got it off for now. All right. Narva line, let's look at defensiveness. This is still sitting at 37. I'm still worried about it, but the Soviets don't seem to have the AI doesn't seem to have any idea of going west up here. I mean, we haven't been attacked it's been over a year probably. So we're just going to let them sit here. It's still Lindemann, 50th Corps. He's still got all the support units he needs, I think. Nothing more to do. What else can we do? That reminds me. Before we get going, though, let's go to our reserves and let's see if there's anything we want to bring on the map. All right. We've got this Romanian armored division. It's got nothing. Wait a minute. Let's take this off of defensiveness. Oh, crap. How do you do this again? There's a button that you hit to show the OB. What is it? What is it? Dang it. You guys will know. Yep, I agree, Nord. It's that export import thing. We're gonna have to go down. We're gonna have to either take Odessa off of being an import port and the other ones, just have it all go into Sevastopol. I think, yeah, the 8 key exactly. I'll hit that when we get down there. Um, why can I not remember which key it is to show you the TOE in your reserves? I thought it was Z. Oh, it is Z. Never mind. Okay, I thought I hit Z, but I didn't, I guess. Romanian armor, it's up to a 62%. I'm going to keep that there. 15, and then we have the heavy armor battalion that's at 100. We'll move that to the map for next turn. And we've got another one that's sitting out at OKH. We got to start putting that in there. Romanian infantry here is up to an 89. I'm going to go ahead and move that onto the map. Okay. The Romanian cavalry built up fairly well. I think anything over 80 we ought to put on the map at this point. These guys I will send down to the Romanian border. If nothing else, they can just help all of the Germans we have there now. Just kind of try to hold them out of Romania. So we'll move those back to the map. All right, transfer to the map. Excellent. Now then, motorized flak, sure, 76%, good enough for me. I hope to be putting quite a bit more back into the reserves this time, so, the more I move out, the more the guys that move in could get, so let's try to get it out. But I think that's about it. We've got this mountain construction, sure, it's at 100%, let's move it out. Okay, that's that. In the air, of course, we've got a lot. We've got a lot of recon back here. We've got level bombers, fighter bombers. We've got a few fighters, not a whole lot. We're just going to leave that be. Okay, out of the reserves we go, and then while we're back here though, let's see what came in this time. Now this is OKL. That's our overall air headquarters. We got 304th ID and 302nd ID that came in. They're full up here, so that's good. We need, 2 new infantry divisions. Sure helps. And let's go to Warsaw. Okay, there's nothing that I brought out of the reserves last time, so nothing to move out of Warsaw, but we do have 2 brand new infantry divisions back in Berlin. All right, we've done the Narva line. Cool. Now we've got to figure out, and this is kind of a big question. It's the biggest question we got going on right now, what to do about Pskov, really, and how to settle this area. Now, I've got this new, I say new, I mean, we've had Totenkopf SS before, but it's come back on the map as a mech division now. It's full strength or close to it, about as close as you can get. 95 and 96. Okay, we don't have it in any core yet. It doesn't, it goes straight back to OKH. We're going to want to fix that, and we're going to want to figure out where to put it. All right. What is this hex? This hex is clear. This hex is clear. Now, our big problem here is we're now surrounded on 4 sides. That is what you absolutely have to avoid if you want to hold an urban, well, this isn't urban, it is city. City, light urban, or small, what is it? Light urban and heavy urban. If you're going to hold those, you just can't get surrounded by 4. 3, you can hold off the attacks, and the Finns certainly have done that. But if you get surrounded by 4 or 5 sides, forget about it. And this Finnish unit actually got hurt a little bit last time here as he pushed up here. But we have got to try to get back one of these hexes, I feel like. At least that's my opinion. Well, these three don't make a whole lot of sense because he's got fort levels in those three and, strength. Now, we could hit this, but he would just move something right back in there. So I'm actually going to attack this hex, but with what? Well, the idea is going to be we're moving enough things around. I think I can get away with this. I'm going to hit this with everything here and try to get back in this hex and try to potentially put this in this hex or put it in Pskov itself. He can only get to about there. If I put him on the train, though, he could get all the way into Pskov if we move this. He could get there by train and get off the train. Okay, so I'm going to do it to probably what might be Howls, but I think we have got to try to take back this hex. But let's make sure that von Roman and I always forget. Von Arnhem. Von Roman has howitzer cannon, howitzer, light flak, mixed flak. Okay, he's got everything he needs. And then Von Arnhem has, we could put another artillery in there potentially, but we don't really have one for him. He's got two, so it's not the biggest deal. We've got mixed flak, light flak, we got Stug, we got Werfer. That all looks good. He's fine too. And I'm gonna start attacking people. We can't keep scooting back, and I can't give up that hex, so I'm going to attack. Now this unit, 86th ID, is kind of, when I say kind of sitting back here, he is sitting back here. He could add some strength to this attack as well. I could put him in this core and put this unit in this core, right? So I think I'm going to do that as well. All right. So he needs to be in 42nd core. We'll go to 42nd core. There it is. It's at 8 of 9. All right, let's put this in 42nd core. There it is. My gosh. There we go. 42nd core. And then this is Valor, and he's 28th core. So let's put this guy in 28th core. And now they're both back under 28th core. Okay, cool. Now then, let's move this in here. Double click there. Let's bring everybody into the attack, even out of the city. Let's hit there, and hopefully he goes flying back. Well, I don't know if flying is the right word, but he did take a step back. A huge battle out here, right? But he only had a adjusted 32. He was not in a fort level. He was in a clear hex. That's why I took the chance, because I just think we had got to try to get him out of this hex. I think it was too important. You can see over here we did take a mismatched core penalty because Von Arnhem was in charge. Arnhem has the Finns, and then we also brought in the other two divisions out of Von Roman's corps, right? We lost 939 and 26 guns. He lost 2739, so about 3 to 1. 23 guns, 6 AFVs. He also lost 6 bombers. Yeah, I mean he's still bringing bombers into the fray, but we do scoot him back there, 4.4 to 1. And now it's a matter of how do we want to construct this here? Well, now that this has taken a little bit of a hit, I'm going to put this back into the city to strengthen that. Let's look at the defensiveness of that really quickly. It's at 93 now, so it's not even over 100. So let's put that there, and we come off that, it's an X. We've got all of the Finns then back in here. That's good. Now then, I can bring this unit up by train to... Why is he showing off the damn train? He was just on the train. Weird. I don't really know why that just happened. Am I crazy? We were just looking at his movement on the train. But he's off the train now. Okay, well, I'm going to put him right here. And I'm going to put him on reserve. All right. So he'll be back behind Pskov in reserve and can jump into any fray here. Now that we've taken this hex, we need to keep it. Shocker. Uh, this unit can get in there. That cannot, but this can. This can move around and get there. He's only got 2 movement points, so he's going to stay in this hex, but he's going to go here, and then this unit's going to come up and double stack there. And, I don't know what more to do. We could triple stack there as well, but I now want to keep this hex and obviously Pskov. So, okay, I mean, I think that's about as good as I can do there. Now then, we're going to have potentially a little bit of a hole here. I've got a unit that could move up here, but he's in terrible shape. Or I'm sorry, it's a Luftwaffe field division. Well, that's not going to do us a whole hell of a lot of good. We've got other things that can come around here, including Panzer, but it's going to be hard to get all the way up here, right, with these guys. Although I could move this guy by rail. I could move other things potentially by rail. We'll come back to that, but I'm kind of I mean, I'm putting a lot into this area. That could have obviously become a problem at some point. This unit, I'm going to move up 1. He'll go into that fort level, and now this is kind of our wedge. Let's look at our movement points. We could try to attack right here. Let's see what our odds are. 4.2 to 2.3. I don't love that. I just don't want him to get a free run through here, though. That could become a big problem. Here's the Luftwaffe Field Corps generalship. That's a fortified zone. That goes directly back to 16th Army. That's just a regiment, though. Why don't we put him in 42nd Corps? So that way he's going to get uh, support units. All right, into 42nd Corps you go. Now he'll get support units, and that only takes 42nd up to 99 of 9. Okay, perfect. This Luftwaffe command, I'm going to put him back in charge of Luftwaffe field units. He's got too, oh, geez, he's got too much. He's got Panzerjäger, Stug, Heavy Stug. Whoops. Um, I don't want it to go all the way back there. I am going to kick some of this up, though. Let's put 42nd. I'll draw those up later. I'm not going to do that now. Okay, so now we're right down here. We've got 2 really fairly weak units against a really strong Soviet stack right there. So I think we definitely need to double stack here. But with what? That's 74-24, 71-19. I don't really like any of that. This is a much stronger unit, and I think this is the one that I may bring north there. Now that puts him in a clear hex. I'd rather him be in the light woods for that, but that is a level 1 hex, or a level 1 fort, sorry. Could put him there and put these guys here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go there, and then either here, here, maybe here, I guess. I don't want there to be too many gaps, obviously, and I don't want to go too far back. Let's bring this guy up here. All right, and he's going to need to go into this core. So he's going to need to go in under Valor 28. Oh, that's first ID. He's going to go into 28th. Okay, so these are all Valor's guys. Now he could move here. I get that. Uh, I could move this down one. Can either of these guys get anywhere, though? 6 movement points? He can only move backwards. At least with this, I've got something roving that could come over here and try to stop this. He's going to be terribly outnumbered here, too. I mean, this is a problem, but we're going to have problems on this map. Oh, I know what I'll do, actually. I'll put this Luftwaffe field division here off their shoulder. Although I kind of need him here, too. But this guy's going to move around. So that's another Luftwaffe field division. Holy crud. That's not good. But I do have these two guys that can move back. So let's do this. That's only 74-24. That's 71-90 for the men. Let's stick them in the mud. I've got to move them back. I don't think we have a choice. Let's stick him in the mud there. Or I say the mud, the swamp. Let's move him into the swamp there. Let's move him to the swamp here. He's 10 of 9 now, but I can put, I've got another headquarters here. I think I'm going to put these Luftwaffe field divisions, or at least this one let's put up here to just kind of get in the way potentially. And then I'm also going to put him in 28th, or I could put him under his own corps here. But this guy's got better, Valor's got better support units. So let's put that into 28th instead of 38th. All right, now he's going to 28th. And now this needs to go to 38th. Okay. Perfect. All right. Now Valor should be at, well, he's still 10 of 9. I guess I'll need to put one more in here. Could be this guy. Well, I'll come back and look at that. This is a Luftwaffe field division. Can't have that. How far over here can this guy get? He can get to the swamp here, or we've got this motorized that can get off the train, but he can only get across the river. It's gappy. It's gappy out here for certain, but it's going to have to be right now. We may bring one of those new infantry divisions up here, but we also are going to have a lot of stuff flowing back, so I'm hoping that can do something. All right, I'm going to leave this field division right here, 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 where every other hex. We got a double stack there. This Luftwaffe field division, actually, maybe I'll put it into this hex. I want him to use up a lot of movement points getting into this hex here. I don't want to attack with that guy. Guess I'm going to put him right there. That's the smarter place to put him, I think. This unit is going to fall back to... that's how I'll do it. He's going to fall back here, and this guy doesn't have to cross the river if he comes over here, and we've got a little bit of a blocking force at least. So let's do it that way. Clear. Swamp. Clear. We've also got a little, you can't cross over that hex to that hex. Let's put him here for now, although I'm not exactly sure that's the best place to put him. I might be better off to put him like here. We just don't want him to get across the river here. Yeah, let's just back him up to there. That's fine. We're gonna have a little hole here, but there's swamp. 18th Army. Wow, you're way too far forward, my friend. Who's in charge of 18th Army now? Von Kukler. Okay, well, that's not the worst thing in the world. For now, I'm just going to back him up a little bit. All right, because of how I set this up, I'm going to go ahead and take the motorized then, and I'm going to move him around. Gosh, I want to get him across the river, but I don't think that matters as much as getting him over here to block this off. It's going to be hard for him to come through here. Could go here. far over can this guy get? He could get here. I could also take this motorized, get this across the river. Okay. We've also got this infantry. Now he can't go very far. He can't go very far. We start to run out of things that can move very far over here. One thing I want to do is take, these kind of infantry divisions and send them back to the reserves if we can. So let's put him back in the reserves. What do we have here? 2757 on this ID. Now it's not showing that he can get back to the reserves. Why is that? He's unready. Okay. Let's get him on the main rail line. Yeah, you can't send him back to the reserves in that kind of state. So, okay, next time, hopefully he will have refit, rebuilt, whatever you want to call it. Actually, I could give him to 26th Corps, and I think I'll have 26th Corps be my rebuild corps. This is Mueller, 7566. Okay, let's have this be my rebuild corps. So, what did I say he was? 26th Corps? All right, oh, he's already in 26 Corps. Okay, perfect. I set that up perfectly, sure. This Panzer Division, he is ready, so he could potentially go back to the reserves. He's in such bad shape, we may as well send him back to the reserves if we can. Will he have enough movement points when he gets here is the question. Let's see, 22. Yep. All right, 3rd Panzer is going back to the reserves. This also should help our supply situation at least a little bit. I mean, that's not really why I'm doing it, but it should help. Let's put him on refit. Army Group Center can come back here, I don't know, to Vilnius. Let's just set him with OKH, kind of get him out of here a little bit. I think we kind of have to move this over here now. Although, like I said, this guy could get over here and sit in this swamp, and then I can bring the motorized over here, whereas I'm getting more pressure, right? He's actually an okay unit for what we've got now, certainly. All right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to put this guy over here in the swamp, I think. Nah, see, you can't get very far. Let's undo that. I guess I'm going to put him over here. I wanted to hold Dagapils, though. Maybe I open that up just a little bit. I'm going to put him there. And we'll put this guy here. So our hole will be right here. Now, I know we don't want holes anywhere, but if it's going to be anywhere, he's got to spend a lot of points. Now, the major road network is here, but this is a long ways out, you would think, from his logistics, and the stronger units moving over here probably make the most sense. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like that. 9th Army, 4th Army. Okay, we've got headquarters there. This unit, is this unready? It is, unfortunately, but we're going to move it over here. We're going to stack it with this guy and put him in that core, 26 core. Okay. This unit, same idea. We're going to move it over here right by him anyway. Let's get it back over here. And we'll put that in 26 core. Now let's just make sure we can't put any of these back in the reserves. Nope. 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 Okay, that's fine. All of these guys, when they eventually, if they eventually rebuild a little bit, we'll get them back into the reserves. Okay, now then we got to start thinking about what we're going to do here at Smolensk. Now the main problem is now we got to start conga lining again for what? Like the 5th time. Well, let's go to the comments. Hold on. Hey Jimbo, what's up? Up to video number 20, huh? Well, you're getting spoiler alerts now. Let me explain to you what happened. And that's a novel. That's a novel. Um, oh yeah, I can't forget about, we do have some new support units that I know that I brought into reserves and whatnot. I've still got to look at those. This unit, where is he? He's in the clear. We really want him in the swamp. Now, I wanted to try to stay on the Davina River, not because it's a huge advantage like at this very moment, but the minute this all starts to thaw and it turns to mud, he'll be behind, we'd be behind a river. Um, so I'd like to stay there. Also, I'd like to stay here. Well, that's light woods. I'd like to stay in heavy woods where we can. Oh, I've got this motorized unit. He's got some movement. Okay, okay. I like that a little better. Now, where's your command? It's over here. How far can you move? Not far, but at least it would be behind the Davina River, right? Do I have a depot there? Probably, but it's about to get cut anyway. Now, this is a huge Rubik's Cube because the problem is these guys are going to get trapped. Again. But the motorized, all of this motorized in the Panzer divisions, I can get out of here. So do I sacrifice 2 good infantry units? Maybe. Maybe. I think what I want to do is take infantry and have them be what kind of sticks around a little bit. Because look at the Soviet horde here, right? But we can take all of these panzers and come back here and start to like really put up a defense. Vitebsk is not worth points. And so, no matter how important it is, it's Smolensk that's worth points. We're already going to get out of there, right? He's going to get the bonus. He's going to get 16 more points. But if we're looking at points, it's about Minsk, Pskov, and Odessa now, and also Sevastopol, but that's like a whole different scenario, right? We're definitely going to pull out of here. We don't have any choice. We couldn't hold this no matter what we did, right? But when we're pulling back, we need to actually, for one, set up a real line. We've been doing other things like trying to get points, try to keep the initiative. Now we're just playing to win the war, not lose the war as fast. Uh, so we're going to set up a line back here. Now we do have heavy woods, but Minsk is all the way out here. So we've got to keep Minsk. We cannot lose it. And so the line is really probably going to come here and then down the Davina River to Daugavpils and then up. All right, so here, this is where the line is going to start. Um, I don't think it makes sense, even though we've got a level 4 depot here, to try to keep this depot at Polotsk because it's across the river. And again, when everything thaws, we want to be behind the river in the mud if we can be. So he's there, but he's in a clear hex, and I really need to get him over 1 or 2 uh, into the mud. Now, he's not going to be directly behind the river, but I think we can put him here. Now, this is clear, right? Clear. And then we have a lot of motorized that'll be coming back. Is there anything else I can put in the reserves? Are these guys ready? He is. 3,700 troops. But for some reason, oh, it's because this rail line goes this way, strangely enough. So let's move him over here as well. He's going to go back to the reserves. This guy as well. And actually, you know what? I do not want these guys on refit. I'm just going to leave them on unready and put them in the reserves next time. Ready, unready. Okay, because I don't want them taking things from units off the map, or at least getting preferential treatment of that. Let's make sure. Does this guy have enough? No, he doesn't have enough to get back. Okay, I mean, all of these guys are in horrific shape. He's got 6 of 9 now. Let's take him all the way up to 10 of 9. So 26th, he's in 26th, he's in 26th, 10th, 26 core, 26 core. He is, oops, 26 core. Okay, cool. So this is all the stuff that should be going into the reserves next time. again, it's got several advantages. These guys need to build, but they're not going to take freight off the guys in the map on the map. So let's get them back there. I think what I want to do is build from down here and go up. Uh, because what we do down here is going to tell me what we need to do here. Now, I think I do want to attack this unit to open up some space. If we look at this, we can't attack here. Well, I say we can't. We could, but the units we want to get out of here wouldn't have any movement points left. This guy's in fairly bad shape. He's in good shape. He's in good, for us, relatively speaking, again. These guys can definitely get back here. Um, Yeah. See, we can't put this guy in the reserves either because as the rail line comes along here, it comes next to Soviet troops. So that's why he can't get out. But he needs to move back here too. He's Dunzo. Let's get him. But he's not the worst unit on the map. So let's put him, a little closer to the Soviets. I'll keep him on ready. I guess I need a whole nother corps to put all the things in, even more things that we want to put in the reserves. Now, this headquarters got knocked back here, but I think we're definitely going to bring this motorized division back. But how far can we bring it? Okay. Some of this is going to be me just flailing around with, like, what do we have? What else can we do? We've got this FBD out here. He probably needs to either go in here or all the way back here to be super freight man. Um, we could set up our defensive line. It needs to run from Minsk, so it needs to go right up here. And then we've got some rough. I guess it could bow out a little bit or right behind this river a little bit. This gets us woods all the way down here. So let's try to make this the line, okay? Which means I'm going to take this FBD and I'm going to put him right here as a kind of super depot, and we'll build the line around that as we get knocked back here. Okay, he's only got one division left that's worth a crap. I should be able to put that in something else. Who is this? Oh, this is my guy, Gustav Fenn. Woo! 755 and a 6. He's not the best thing in the world. Let's move Gustav Fenn back here. Can this guy move any further? He can, but I want to keep him on the rail. So let's move Gustav Fenn, sit on top of him. Sounds naughty. Seventh core. Okay. And now we'll start putting other ones in with Gustav Fenn. This I'll have to give a different command. Um, just looking around for units that are got anything left. We can't drop back here too fast, right? But if we want to set the line right here, we got to start scooting around and scooting these guys around. Now I've got him right in front of Minsk. This is just a field division. That's no good. This has only got 6,600 men, 56, 63, 33. These guys are in horrible shape. Now we do have a Panzer division back here. The Hungarians are starting to get overrun. How far back? He can only go to right there. Gosh darn it. Um, I think some of our infantry that's coming on the map, at least one of these guys is going to have to go to Minsk. I don't see any. Where am I? Where the heck did I just go? Let's go back to Berlin. We go in the Batmobile. Let's put these guys on the train. One of them at least, 304th, and we're going to bring that directly into Minsk. Well, maybe not directly into Minsk. Uh, how close? Because he's going to have to get off the train next time. Well, I guess he is going to have to go directly into Minsk. I've got 3 units here, including a field division. Let's go back to move. Let's take the core headquarters and just set it back a hex for now. All right, back to Berlin we go. I guess he's a little better. Doesn't really matter. It's mix and match there. They're about the same. Um, let's have him come into Minsk. He's not going to be able to get off the train. I'm actually worried about this getting to Minsk, but we do have a Panzer division here that we could move out into the clear, like here. So I'm going to just put him in Minsk. Fine. He's on train. We can't. Oh, wait a minute. He can get off the train. Wow, did you see that? It showed an assault value of 108. Yeah, that wasn't right. Okay, he's off the train. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We needed that. It was seriously, we needed that. So now we've got a new unit into Minsk. These guys are going to float back and over here, this group, because then we've got these guys that can drop back, kind of along here. I mean, we've got a lot of units that can drop kind of back in this area, but some of it's going to have to move back over here. The elements of 18th Army, like how far can this guy go? Get off train movement. He can get over here in the woods. The motorized, though, this motorized is what I have my eye on. He can come over here right behind the river, or he could come here. This guy could actually move back up into the swamp, and he could sit on that. That's what I'm going to do. Let's put that there. I thought I just saw that he could go all the way there. Like, I guess I'm crazy. I guess I just thought he could. Now the Panzer division could get up over here. Oh, he could get in there. That's light woods. This is across the river, though. We're probably going to give this up at some point. Maybe he would sit here, but why don't we do that with the motorized division then? Sit right there on this rail line. I don't want to get too weak in this sector, but I think he needs to come around there. Okay, cool. And then this Panzer division for right now is going to sit right here. These guys are going to back up. I say these guys, this one infantry division. How far can he go? He can get back over here too. He could go here, but he's not that strong. All right, let's back you up one. We'll back the headquarters up, obviously. You go there. He's going to go back one. Okay. He's going to back up into the swamp one. Now, I don't want to get off the river, and I want to eventually get back to the river, but he's in a clear hex. I'd much rather he be in a swamp. Um, he can't move any further. He could, but okay. He also, he needs to stay there. Let's just back him right here. If they drive through right here, it's better than if they drive through right here. Now, they may do both, but it's, pick your poison. Now then, these guys can get a long ways out of here, unlike other situations we've been in. The only guys that are on threat of getting trapped like that are right here in town, but they're two really good divisions. I don't want to lose them. But like, this unit can get all the way back to Vitebsk, uh, even as infantry. This can go way back. This can go back. Um, but these guys could only move one. I have to think about that one. Let's. Yeah, I may bring both to Minsk, but we got problems in the south too. Don't forget that. Don't forget we got problems in the south. Uh, okay, let's look out here again. I said I was going to go down here and work up, and I guess that's what I should do. Uh, does it make sense to have this sitting here in the swamp when we've got a full breakthrough here? Well, I don't know. He's not a very good unit, so in some respects, does it matter? We need to move more infantry down here. Gosh, there's just so many possible moves here. Um, he can get around. He could get around. Now, all of these guys are in bad shape. He could get around here. He could get around here. Some of these are going to have to be double stacked. That's the French infantry. That's not going to do us any good. He needs to just sit, kind of back here somewhere to eat up movement points for, one of the Soviet divisions. These guys can get all the way down here. So as I start moving these things out, these guys could get down here, but I don't want to move too fast. Tell you what, I think I'm going to have to look this over. We're at the 55-minute mark. I hate to do that. I want to keep going. I just want to keep playing selfishly. But I think I need to look this over. There's so many possibilities there that if I just start moving, I know I'm going to screw. Hell, I'm going to screw something up anyway. But especially if I do it without really, really looking at it. So I'm going to leave it here. We're going to come back tomorrow and keep doing what we're doing here. Surviving and thriving, boys. I don't know if we're thriving, but we're surviving, at least for 13 more turns. Nord says it's impossible. He says it's over. 11 and 12 turns from now. I don't know about that, Nord. We didn't give up when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor. All right, that's the second time I've used that one in this series. I won't use it again, but we are going to win. How's that? That's me leading the cavalry charge. I just came up on my white steed and said, forward! Anyway, you guys are the best. Have a great rest of your Saturday. We'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. That's when I'm going to try to do it. I will start putting up these schedulings. If you're ever in the lobby for the scheduled one and it suddenly goes away, go back to the page, to the YouTube page, and make sure that I haven't put up a new one, because sometimes the scheduling thing, I just haven't totally figured it out yet. So just it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. If I put it up as scheduled, unless my wife goes into labor, we've already joked it's going to happen during a stream. We know it. But unless she goes into labor, I'm probably streaming if I put it up